As I promised, today we're doing a very core focused practice. It's a practice that will enliven the energy centers from the pelvis through the lower abdomen, through the lower back, and the glutes. And all of those muscles are super important in helping us to find stability in the body, a sense of balance, a greater sense of ease when we're moving around. So please know that if it becomes too intense for you, you're welcome to take a pause and take child's pose. Do what you need to do, follow the guidance of the body. Hi, Jennifer. All right, I'm going to go ahead over to my area over here. And just a few announcements before we start this core focus practice. You'll see first of all that I'm wearing my Energy Club shirt. I love it. And I want to give a shout out to Dina Edelman, who is on board with us today practicing. She is one of the managers at the Energy Club, and I teach yoga there a few times a week. I've also been practicing there for 15 years now. Has it been 15 years? It's been a long time. It's where I began my yoga practice. It's a wonderful little boutique gym in Shirlington, and like most clubs, they followed safety protocols and closed down, but they're offering a host of live streamed fitness classes starting on Wednesday. So you can do HIIT, Zumba, yoga with me, and meditation every single night. They're also going to be giving guidance to how to connect with the Les Mills body pump and body flow classes so that you're able to access a wide range of fitness activities while you're at home. So yay for the Energy Club. Whoop, whoop. If you haven't had a chance to check them out, once this is all past us, go check them out. They give free 3-day guest passes so that you can really, truly enjoy the beautiful, well-appointed, sanitary space, friendly staff, and I just happen to love them. They have my heart. So thank you, Energy Club. Second announcement is it's Monday, which means I always post, if you don't already follow me on social media, I post these affirmators cards, and I wanted to read to you today's card that I chose for the moment. It's just a little nugget of mindful wisdom, and it usually comes with a twist. So today's card from affirmators is trust, and it's a bear. I can actually get up close and show you the bear. There we go, on a tightrope with sharks in the water. And it says, just make sure everyone's muted here. It says, I trust that everything will be okay in the end, partly because I simply know it is in my gut, but also because it's way more fun to live with trust and confidence than to be a defensive wiener. And I just think that that's kind of funny. Trust is something that we're all working really hard on right now, trusting that things are going to be okay, trusting that your safety and health will be preserved in addition to that of those you love, trusting that people who we're entrusting now to make smart decisions are going to make the decisions that are in the best interest of everyone, trusting that people are staying home. Thank you for staying home this morning and practicing with us. So trust. All right. So we're going to get started this morning for our core focus practice. Again, if you're just joining us, thank you. Please make sure your volume is muted. And I invite you to have a block or a blanket, or if you happen to have an extra yoga mat laying around, you can also use this as a bolster. Maybe you don't have 30 extra yoga mats in your basement studio like I do, and in which case, don't worry about it. Whatever you have would be great. So I'm going to invite you onto your back. We're going to take a supported bridge pose. So allow your body to come on down to the flat to the earth. Feet are flat, knees bent. And then press into the heels, lift up through the hips, and slide your block or your book or anything that you've used as a bolster to prop underneath your sacrum. So your sacrum being the lowest part of the spine, below the lumbar curve of the spine. Feel the whole pelvic rim just rooting deep into this block. Allow the shoulders to melt into the earth. Soften into the face and the jaw. Feel that strong sensation of rooting here. You are supported. You are connected. You are safe. Notice how the body feels as it melts into the earth. Where do you feel strong sensations? And then begin to notice how the body breathes into the earth. This is where you really connect with the sensation of the breath coming through the back body in addition to the front body. Feeling the rib cage in the back expanding, rooting, softening as you let the breath go. We often forget that our ribs are this three-dimensional cage, right? We think a lot about how the front body expands and softens with the breath, but truly your whole midsection is responding and floating with the breath. Maybe you notice that your breath in the past few days or the past week has tended toward a more shallow pattern. Now's a good time to begin to cultivate a deeper sensation of breath, releasing stale oxygen and carbon dioxide from the body, offering a balance to the nervous system, some free-flowing respiration as you bring the breath in entirely and let it go entirely. That involves engaging into those muscles of the lower abs, pressing it all out. So when you inhale again, it is fresh, it is invigorating and very exciting to all the cells of your body. So continue to float your attention with the breath. Letting the breath be your solitary focus for now, giving the mind a break. With the next inhale, invite into your mind your intention for the practice today. You made a conscious choice to roll out your mat, to clear some time in your schedule, to click on WebEx to join us. So what is it that this practice can do for you today? What energy are you carrying in to the practice as a seed that you would like to grow and blossom into a beautiful flower today? Repeat that intention a few times. Invite it in as your personal mantra statement and know that it is there during the practice to keep you grounded and keep you connected to your purpose here. We're going to share 3 deep breaths together. Cleansing breaths. Take a big breath in through the nose. Open the mouth, let it all go. Inhale fully. Exhale completely. Last one, big inhale. Pause at the top. Just feel that vitality within you and let it all go. If it's comfortable for your lower back to do so, start to straighten the legs, opening wide through the legs, heels to the earth, and lift the arms overhead, creating a big starfish shape with the body. And particularly if you are still rooted in through the pelvic bowl, feel yourself lifting through the spine, opening up through the front body, giving a big stretch to all of the muscles of the core that we're going to be giving a lot of attention to today. So feel them expand, lengthen, extend. Take a big breath in. Let a big breath go. If you hear any background noises from the mic, know that He didn't want to be on camera today, but Yoga Sherpa is practicing with us today. Let's give it up for Yoga Sherpa. Whoop, whoop. He's over there in the corner. Maybe at the end he'll come show his beautiful face. All right, take one more big inhale as you stretch. And then slowly start to bend the knees, bringing the feet back underneath the knees. Press into the feet, lift the hips, remove anything underneath you, and hug the knees in towards your chest. Rolling around a little bit, softening the spaces of the back body. We're going to do a little floating bridge here. So the way this will work, root the feet back down underneath the knees. As you inhale, slowly start to lift the hips, lift the arms. And as you exhale, the hips come down, knees tuck into chest, head and shoulders lift from the earth. Inhale, root down, lift the hips and the heart up to the sky. And exhale, melt the hips down, tuck the knees in toward the chest. Do that twice more. Take your time, really flow with the full length of breath. And last one, big inhale. And full exhale. From here, extend the legs up toward the sky. Bring the shoulders and neck back down to the earth. Point and flex through the feet. And then cross the left ankle over the right and release the right heel down toward the bottom right corner of the mat. Reach the arms up overhead and the right hand invites the left wrist over to the top right corner of the mat. So we're creating a crescent shape in the body, opening up through that left side body. We're going to do a lot of work into the obliques today. So it's important that we give a nice big stretch. Breath in, full breath out. Release the hand bind. Use that strong core to lift the legs back up to the sky. Cross the legs the other way, right ankle over left. Slowly, with control, lower the heels down to the bottom left corner of the mat. Reach the arms up overhead. Left hand takes the right wrist over to the top left. It's like we're playing a very sophisticated game of Twister. So listen to your body today. Do what feels right. My words are simply guidance, but you know what is best for you. So take what you need. Let this practice serve you in all the best of ways. Breathe into that right side body. And let it go. Use that strong core. Lift the legs back up to the sky. Hug the knees in toward your chest and start to rock and roll along the length of the spine. Eventually make your way over to a table position. So from here, you want your shoulders stacked over your wrists. You want your hips over your knees. Root down into these four corners, and you've got the tops of the feet pressing into, unless you want to flex the feet and root into the toes for a little toe stretch. Take a big breath in. Let a breath out. Feel yourself hugging the navel up toward the spine. And we're going to begin to cultivate a little awareness of the core through some balance. So extend your right arm forward, left leg behind you. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, bring elbow to knee rounding through the spine. Inhale, reach and extend. Exhale to connect. Two more. Inhale, feel the lower belly engaged. Exhale, start to feel the left hip engaged too. Feel the contractions in the glute that help keep the hips stable. This time, inhale, reach forward, bend into that left knee. If you'd like, the right hand can come around for a bind on the ankle. Press the heel up to the sky as the heart opens wide. Big breath in. Full breath out. One more breath. And then release that bind. Inhale, reach back to extend. And then just release the left knee down to the earth. As you inhale, peel the right arm up to the sky and bring that right hand behind the head. Right here, we're looking for a deep stretch into the thoracic spine. So we're looking to stretch through the rib cage. If you notice the hips have shifted over to the right a little bit, bring them back into center to stack over the knees. So big breath in. Full breath out. One more inhale. And then release that right arm up to the sky. As you exhale, thread the needle, bringing the right shoulder down to the earth. Root into the left palm. Feel that stretch into the spine, nice twist. Big breath in. Full breath out. And then from here, we're going to press back into that left palm, reach the right arm up. Keep opening and unwinding, coming into your supported side plank. I'm going to rotate around so that I can see you. You guys look awesome. So right here, we're looking for that beautiful alignment, stacking the joints, opening up through that side body. So on the inhale, reach the right arm up overhead. As you exhale, bend the right knee, bringing elbow to knee. You probably won't touch. I'm not touching, but at least you can feel the crunch into the side body. Inhale, reach and extend. Exhale, little crunch here. Do that twice more. We're also working on balance, working on coordinating breath and movement. So stay patient with yourself. One more, big breath in. Full breath out. From here, extend back into that crescent shape. Bring the right hand back down to the earth. And then step the right foot between the hands. Rise up into your low lunge. Sink here. Find some space in the hips. Walk that right foot as far forward as you need to. Just notice how it feels. You can also bring the hands behind the head, interlacing them. Start to feel expansion into the chest. Take a big breath in. Let a breath go. And then we're going to cartwheel the hands back down to the earth. Step that right foot back, meeting back in your table position. From here, let's turn around the other way. From here, we're going to come do that on the other side. So extend the left arm forward, right leg back. Take a big breath in. Exhale, elbow to knee, rounding the spine. Inhale, straighten, lengthen, extend. Exhale to crunch. Two more. Big breath in. Feel the abs engage. And as you crunch, everything is intentional. Last one. And right here, as you extend, you can bend the right knee and stay here with little pulses, or that left hand can wrap around, looking for a bind. Foot into hand to kick the heel up to the sky. Make sure you're breathing. One more big breath. And release the bind. Bring the right knee back down to the earth. This time, inhale, left arm high. Bring the left hand behind the head. Feel that opening in the thoracic spine. I'm going to be fussing with these pants the whole class. Just want to warn you. All right. So again, if you feel that the hips have shifted, bring them back to stack over the knees. Feel that beautiful stretch in the rib cage. Take one more breath. And then as you inhale, lift that left arm to the sky. Exhale, thread the needle, dropping down onto your left shoulder, head. Once again, notice right here your hips. Your hips may have shifted a little bit. Bring your hips right to stack over center. You guys look fantastic. Keep breathing. One more breath. From here, start to lift back up. Open up that left arm. Keep spinning open, finding your supported side plank. Taking time to adjust your alignment here. And then inhale, reach the left arm up overhead. Exhale, crunch, bringing elbow toward knee. You're going to feel it in your glute right there too. Inhale, reach and extend. Exhale, crunch. Two more. Inhale. Exhale, getting those oblique crunches going. Last one, big breath in and full breath out. Nice. Reach and extend once again. Bring that left hand back down to the earth. Step the left foot between the hands, finding your low lunge. Create some space in your hips with the knees safely stacked over the ankle. This time, if you want, you can interlace fingers behind the back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Lift the heart, lift the gaze. Take a big breath in. Let a breath go. And then release the bind. Cartwheel the hands down. Send that left leg back. Shake it out as needed. And the knees come together. Sink the hips to the heels. Find your Vinyasa, your child's pose. Feel rooted here as you press down into the earth and just let all of your fears and your worries melt. The earth is there to support you, to welcome you, to remind you that you're safe. This child's pose is a beautiful shape to return to anytime during the practice when you need a little break, when you fatigue, when your breath starts to become choppy and you want to reestablish that beautiful breath that you cultivated at the beginning of practice. Maybe you want to come back down and reconnect with your intention. It's a nice place to come. Let's take another big breath. Let the breath go. From here, we're going to shift back into table position. Extend the right leg, then the left leg, finding your high plank. Notice how you feel here, rooted through the palms, rooted through the balls of the feet. And we're very much working against gravity here. So where can you draw the energy up? Into the chest, into the belly, into the thighs, to help you feel stable. Take a big breath in. Let a breath go. One more big inhale, strong planks out there. I see you. And then release the knees, bend the elbows as they kiss the ribs on the way down to the earth. Inhale, peel yourself up for a baby cobra or full cobra. From here, curl the toes under, using the core to lift you back to downward facing dog. Take a breath in. Let a breath go. One more inhale. Exhale. On the inhale, right leg rises. Heel goes straight up to the sky, three-legged dog. No rotation in the hips. We're looking to power up the hip stabilizers. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, bring right knee to right elbow. Inhale, extend, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, rounding the spine. Inhale, back to three-legged dog. Right knee to left elbow. Come back to three-legged dog. And then step the right foot between the hands. Whew, you're seeing everything today. All right. Come on down. See, this is as authentic as it gets here. We're going to come into a high crescent lunge. So feel yourself rooting down to the feet. Again, that knee is stacked over the ankle. Interlace fingers behind your back and start to move a little bit, opening up the side body lines, keeping the core engaged for stability. Tick-tocking the elbows back and forth. Stay engaged through the lower abs. Come back into center. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, frame the front foot. Right leg rises back to three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, round the spine, cheetah. Inhale, back to three-legged. And then come forward, maybe into a three-legged plank pose. Lower down, three-legged chaturanga. Release the foot for your back bend. Back to downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more inhale. Let the breath go. On the inhale, left heel rises, three-legged dog. Exhale, drift forward, left knee to left elbow. Inhale, back up. knee to nose, round the spine. Inhale, three-legged. You guys are awesome. Exhale, left knee to right elbow. Back up to three-legged dog. Draw knee to nose. Step through. Rise up, high crescent lunge. Find your stability here. Feel rooted through both feet. Interlace your hands in a different pattern. Bring them behind the head again. Open up through the front body. Just a little tick-tock side to side. Nothing major. Just noticing the side body lines opening up. Take another breath. And then release. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, frame. Back to three-legged dog with the left heel risen. Come forward, three-legged plank. Lower down, three-legged chaturanga. Release the foot, open the heart. Back to downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more big inhale. Let the breath go. On the inhale, right leg rises, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Round the spine and cheetah and hug it up here. Really draw the knee up toward the chest. Bring the nose toward the knee. Feel the core engaged, lifting. And then step the right foot between the hands. Rise back up to your high crescent lunge. From high crescent, start to peel the left heel down. We're going to come into our warrior two. So your right knee is stacked over the right ankle. And you're rooting deep into that left foot, so the weight is even in the feet. We're going to dance a little bit to open up the side body again. So flip the right palm, reverse the warrior. As you exhale, extended side angle, creating a long line of energy. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, extend. Twice more on your own. Let your breath serve as your metronome here. Setting the pace, never rushing, never shortchanging the breath. Beautiful. We're going to come right back into warrior two here and prepare for archer pose. So your left hand is going to sweep up to meet the right, making fists. This is an exercise that really engages your obliques, so feel yourself isolating right through the obliques. As you inhale, reach forward. As you exhale, draw back that bow on the left side. Let your gaze float with the left thumb. Inhale, press it forward. Exhale, draw it back. Inhale, press it forward. Two more. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Nice. Inhale. And then open the arms up wide, back to your warrior two. From here, we're going to come into a wide-legged stance. So rotate the right toes inward. Heels in, toes out. Take a big breath in. Draw down your goddess pose. Feel the engagement in the pelvic floor here. It's part of our core. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, as we draw down, squeeze the muscles of that pelvic floor. Two more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Beautiful. Inhale. And exhale. Stay nice and low here. Maybe you start to shift a little bit, feeling the glutes fired up. You can bring your hands right here and start to take some little twists. Breathing into the parts of the body that you feel really fired up right now. We're going to come back into center. Lift up, open up. Turn the right toes back to the front. Warrior two. Inhale, reverse the warrior. Exhale, cartwheel the hands to frame the foot. Keep that left hand rooted. We're going to find a side plank. So again, I'm going to welcome you to come into my favorite transition where you take your right hand either the pace fingers on the toes or a bind somewhere on the foot, and rotate into your Vashisthasana, side plank. Whoa. Maybe you keep the leg extended. Maybe you lift it. Maybe you find a tree leg. Once again, we're looking for that alignment. The joints are stacked. Breathe. 3 more breaths. 2 more breaths. 1 more big breath. Beautiful. From here, back to high plank. From high plank, we're going to come to a forearm plank, or also known as a dolphin plank. So you can stay right here, rooting down through the forearms. You can take dolphin, walking the toes up toward the nose, lifting the hips over the heels, and walk back down. You can do that a few times if you'd like. You can also play around with your Pincha Mayurasana if you're working on your forearm stand. Maybe practice lifting one leg, lifting the other leg. If you're near a wall, you're welcome to kick up. Just keep engaging through the core. We're going to take 3 more breaths. Wherever you are, you've got this. 2 more breaths. We're all going to meet back in that dolphin plank. Release the knees, untuck the toes, let the thighs and the hips melt, coming into your Sphinx pose. Sphinx is a nice way to open up through the front body. So there's an isometric pressing down and pulling back, feeling the elbows draw back towards your heels, even though the arms aren't really going to move. Feel your chest pull through the biceps. Soften into the neck. Maybe you gaze down. Maybe you even bring the chin to the chest for a full cervical spine stretch. Notice your breathing. Welcome back those long breaths. And then when you're ready, slowly start to melt the heart back down to the earth. Slide the hands toward the ribs. Draw the elbows together. Let's see if you can curl the toes under. And with one big, making noise and everything, come back into a high plank. From high plank, lift the hips up, downward facing dog. Hope you guys are feeling good out there. You're looking fantastic. Take a big breath in. Let the breath go. On the inhale, left heel rise. Yeah. Staying here for a few extra breaths. Bring the roundness in the upper back, the engagement in the abs. Take 1 more big breath. And then step the left foot through. Rise up into your high crescent lunge. Sometimes I forget things on one side than the other. I'm going to turn around this way. But it's all good. We're doing yoga in the basement during a national or international pandemic, so I know you guys are forgiving. All right, so we're going to release the right heel down, coming right into our warrior 2. Feeling the hips spiral open. The spine is stacked, shoulders over the hips. Gaze floats right across the top hand, or the top of the left hand. Then let's dance a little bit. Inhale, flip the palm, reverse the warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Once again, we're working to open up and stretch the side body lines here. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Everything stays rooted from the hips down, feeling stable. We're just melting with breath, moving side to side. Nice. From here, we're going to return back to warrior 2 to prepare for that archer pose. Start to bring the right arm. Take a breath in, reaching. Exhale, draw back, isolating through the obliques. Inhale, press forward, rotation in the spine. Exhale, draw back. So your gaze, again, it can float with the right thumb One more big breath in. Full breath out. This time, reach forward. Open up the arms. We're going to lift back into a wide-legged stance, your 5-pointed star. This time, interlace fingers behind your back. I'll turn it on this way. We're going to take a standing camel. So you can also, one option rather than interlacing, is to bring the hands to support your lower back. And we're going to find a nice opening through the front body, stretching those core muscles at the front. As we root down, firm up through the thighs and the glutes. Feel the spinal column lifting and arching back as the heart lifts up to the sky. Squeeze the shoulder blades together if that is accessible to you. One more breath. And then from here, very slowly hinging at the hips, bow down. Maybe the bind stays with you, maybe you let it go. Invite the crown of the head to the earth. If you'd like to work on your headstand, headstands are all about using core support to lift the trunk so that we're not compressing into the cervical spine. So now's a good time, now that your core is nice and warmed up, to play around with that if you'd like. Two more breaths. Whatever you're doing, wherever you are, you're exactly where you belong. So honor yourself. If you have the bind, release it. We're going to bring the hands to the hips and rise halfway. So halfway. Feel the belly drawing up and in. Feel the hips pressing back, firing up into the glutes. And then slowly start to rise all the way up. Come back into your warrior two. Left leg is in front. Inhale, reverse the warrior. And exhale, cartwheel the hands to frame the foot. We'll take that transition into your Vashisthasana, your side plank. So again, maybe you take a bind and take your time as you start to swivel into your side plank with the leg connected, or release it. Keep pressing the earth away from you, lifting into the core. Strengthen through those legs. We're not just dumping in the shoulder here. The whole body is working. And the breath is fueling the energy here. One more big breath. And then release the hands back to your high plank. From high plank, we're going to come back into forearm plank or dolphin plank. Bring the toe mounds together. Let the heels drift off to the right. Inhale back to center. Heels to the left. So the forearms stay rooted. We're just twisting to the right. Back to center. Twist to the left. Come back to center. This time, lift your right heel. Bring the right knee up toward the elbow. Send it back and down. Lift the left heel. Left knee toward left elbow. Send it back and down. One more on each side. Lift, tuck, straight, and lower. Last one, lift, you got it. Straighten and lower. From here, drop all the way down to the earth. It's hard taking the class and talking. So as you melt your body down to the earth, close your eyes for a moment if you're comfortable and feel yourself breathing into the earth. Feel your heart beating. What an absolute blessing it is to feel that vitality, that strong proof of life and health, that proof of courage. Flip to the other cheek. Notice the sensations of the body breathing into the earth. And we're going to do a little work here into the lower back. Again, part of the core. The core is not just your six-pack abs. Your core is everything in the pelvis. up through the rib cage, front and back. So we're gonna do some locust poses here. So you can have your palms by your side, or your arms by your side, palms down. Zip the legs together. And on the inhale, start to peel the head, the shoulders, the arms, the upper ribs, and the legs. Notice here if the shoulders are hunched up towards your ears, draw them down and back. Squeeze through the glutes. Continue to lift a little bit higher with each breath. One more big inhale. And lower down. When our body faces these physical challenges, our breath tends to get more shallow. That activates stress within the body. So when we can counteract that by breathing deeply and fully, both on the inhale and exhale, brings a little ease to the body. The muscles soften. They're a little bit more pliable and flexible for us. We'll come up and do this for another round. You're welcome this time to interlace the fingers behind the back, taking a bound locust. Of course, there's always the option here, if you have a full bow pose, to take a bind on the ankles and rise. So either a locust, bound locust, or a full bow pose. We're going to take it for 5 breaths. 4 breaths. 3 breaths. 2 breaths. 1 more big breath. And let it all go. Release your bind. Melt the body back down to the earth. From here, we're going to press into a cat pose. So it's a tabletop position with a nice rounded spine. So slowly start to retract the hips up, stacking over the knees. Bring the belly up and in as you round. Chin tucks toward the chest. Feel the pelvis tucking under. Create as much space in the back body as you can. Take 1 more big breath. And then from here, curl the toes under, make your way back to downward facing dog. Breath in. Breath out. Breath in. Breath out. 1 final vinyasa flow here if you'd like, coming forward into your high plank. Lower down chaturanga. Inhale, stretch and open up through the front body. And then release your knees down. We're going to spill over onto our backs now. This is a good time to invite your block in if you have one. If you don't, you could always use a book. You could use a pillow, or you could just do this exercise without it. You're still going to feel the benefit of the pose. For those of you who practiced with me a few weeks ago, we're doing that core series on the floor that everyone loves so much. I'm glad you guys are muted because who knows what you're saying right now. All right, so we're going to come onto our backs. We're going to start by bringing the block up to, or lift your legs up so your shins are parallel to the earth. Bring the block up to the upper part of your right thigh below the knee. And we're going to bring our right tricep right up against the block and interlace the fingers behind our head. So your head and shoulders are lifted, knees are parallel. And it's really important here that you drive your lower back, your sacrum, the curve into the earth for support. So be very careful with your back. If you start to feel pain, stop immediately. If you're just feeling a good workout or some discomfort, just breathe extra into those spaces. Right? So isolating the obliques on the right side here, really pressing the arm into the block, the knee into the block, lifting the head. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, reach that left leg forward to hover. Inhale, bring it back in. Exhale, press it back out. Inhale, exhale. Make sure you're breathing deeply. Inhale, exhale. 1 more. Inhale, exhale. Keep that leg hovering. We're going to do some little crunches. So just keep pressing the right elbow into the block, knee into the block. Again, isolating the obliques on that right side for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold and squeeze. And let it go. Let the block go to the side. You guys are awesome. Feet down to the earth. Let the knees tick-tock from side to side. So really be aware of your breath when you're doing any kind of workout that's challenging for you. The body begs, begs, begs for the breath. If you hold your breath, you're going to send yourself into stress mode through the nervous system, and the muscles are going to get really tense and not be very cooperative. So what you need is breath. All right, let's take that on the other side. So shins parallel to the earth. And again, if you don't have a block, then just bring elbow right to knee. And you can do it this way. That's a really nice challenge too. All right, so know that there's something for everybody. Or a book or a pillow or something, and make that. Take a big breath in. Exhale, extend the right leg to hover. Inhale. Keep squeezing. Exhale. Keep lifting. 2 more. Last in. And then crunch. 3, 1. Squeeze. And let it go. All right. Knee wide, tick back and forth. It feels better for you to extend back. X shape. That's our fish pose. Something to release the tight core that we're working on today. And we're going to do one more series like this with the. If you don't have a block, you can bring elbows to knees, or you can just crunch, crunch, crunch. So don't feel like you can't participate if you don't have a block. Everyone's welcome to modify. We're making do these days, so you're doing awesome. So for this one, shins are parallel to the earth. Bring the block up like this, up to that same spot on the thighs, but both of them at a time. This time, bring your elbows right to the block. Interlace your fingers behind your head, pressing the elbows into the block, knees into the block. Start to extend just the right leg. Lift it up, bring it back in. Extend left, lift up, bring it back in. Right leg, extend, lift, tuck, left, extend, lift, tuck. One more on each side, extend, lift, tuck, and left side, extend, left, tuck. And right here, just squeeze the block as if you're trying to smush it. For 5, 4, keep engaging. 3, 2, and let it all go. We're going to bring the knees into our chest, roll around from side to side. Got one more series of core work to do with some bridge poses. So for this, bring the feet back down to the earth, underneath the knees, hip distance apart. And when you're ready, we're just going to come back into that floating bridge. So the key here, press down into the feet as you lift up. So you're going to feel the thighs engage, the glutes engage as well. So inhale, lift up, open up, and exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift and extend through the body. And exhale, melt. 2 more. Slowly rise. Slowly lower. Last one. This time, come up, stay up, find your peak here. You can root the palms down with arms extended. Shift the weight into the left foot and lift the right leg up to the sky. And we're going to take some little dips here. So trying to keep stable across the pelvis so that your right hip isn't going to dip down lower than your left. We're going to lower and press back up. Lower and up, getting into the glutes here. Lower 2 more. Lower, up. Last one, lower and up. Right here, cross the right ankle over the left thigh. Get a figure 4 stretch. Big breath in. And then lower the hips evenly down to the earth. Keep that left or right leg crossed over the left and hug the knees in. You can even loop the hands through the figure 4 to bind behind the left thigh, giving a nice stretch into the hips. Make sure the neck and the shoulders and the jaw stay soft. Tomorrow we're doing a hip-focused class, hip stabilizing, hip stretching. So hopefully you'll join us again tomorrow for that. Take another big breath in. And then uncross the legs, big bicycles in the sky. Before we come back to the bridge to do that on the other side. So root down through the feet. Make sure every single time you come back to find your safe alignment. Always take time for that. Inhale, press in, lifting the hips, lifting the heart. Extend the left leg up to the sky and lower the hips down evenly, or just a hover. Inhale, press up. Exhale, down. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Big breath in. And cross the left ankle over the right thigh. Keep pressing into that right heel. Keep that left hip lifted. One more big breath. And lower the hips down. Draw the right knee in. Figure 4, maybe with a bind. Breathe into any tightness on that left side. You guys are awesome. When you're feeling your core a few days from now, just remember, I love you. Take a big breath in. And then slowly start to release. Bring both knees in toward your chest or toward the armpits, maybe laughing happy baby as you draw the lower back down. Rolling from side to side. Really feel the sacrum driving into the earth so your hips are not lifted. Open the arms up into a T. Let the knees spill off to the right side for a spinal twist. Shoulders stay rooted. The head can turn to the left. Let the breath float all the way up and down the spine. Take one more big breath here. And then using that strong core, lift the knees up through center, fully in control. Knees will come over to the left, spinal twist. The head can turn to the right. The right shoulder stays connected. One more big breath. And come back into center. Lift the head and the shoulders. Give yourself the biggest, juiciest, most loving hug right here. Thanking yourself for carving out this time in your morning, no matter what else you have going on. You made yourself a priority, and self-care is more important now than ever before. So I thank you. I hope you're thanking yourself right now with some kind, loving words. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, totally unfurl the body, coming into your final resting shape, Shavasana. Signals the end of the practice. It is very important and can be a very challenging shape for some. As they find stillness in the body, their mind starts to move. Let your mind be at peace here, knowing that there is nowhere to go right now for the next few moments. There's nothing else to do except honor yourself with rest. Start to become familiar with your surroundings once again. Notice what you smell. Notice the light filtering in through your eyelids. Notice the sounds of your domestic tranquility. Notice what you can feel in and around your body. The surface is supporting you, the air surrounding you. Start to breathe deeper into the body as you invite some movement to awaken from the rest. Taking a big body stretch, whatever feels good to you right now. And then draw the knees inward, roll onto one side, settling into a shape of new beginnings. Each day is a new beginning for us. May you continue to hold in your heart trust. Trust that everything's going to be fine. Trust that one day this shall pass. The air will be fresh again for us to congregate in and enjoy each other's company, live and in person. When you're ready, slowly start to press into the earth, rising back up to a comfortable seat. Bring the hands together in front of the heart, Anjali Mudra. That space, that container of love, kindness, and compassion that you hold in abundance. May you continue to be so kind and compassionate to yourself, to those around you. Know that I am grateful to each and every one of you for practicing with us today. You are such a blessing in my life, and I hope you find the practices to be a blessing in your life. The love and the light in me honors the love and the light that shines brightly in each of you. Namaste.